Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, you just don't fit in? Like there's this invisible mold everyone seems to fit into, except you? If that hits close to home, take a breath. Because maybe the problem isn't that you're wrong. Maybe you're just looking in the wrong direction. We live in a world that constantly throws images at us of what it means to be the right person. The perfect professional, the ideal partner, the flawless child, the picture-perfect social media version of yourself. It's a constant pressure to live up to something that often doesn't even make sense. And when we fall short, or think we do, the frustration kicks in. The comparisons. That little voice in your head whispering, "See? I knew you weren't enough." But what if I told you that voice might be lying? And what if, instead of trying to become the right person for everyone else, we started by understanding who we really are? Let me introduce you to someone who might change the way you look at all this. William James. He was around in the 19th century, but the way he talked about the mind and the self, still incredibly relevant. He believed we don't just have one fixed self, we have multiple layers. One of them is the material self, connected to our body, our clothes, our possessions, even our family. And when something there shifts, like gaining weight or losing something important, it hits us. It messes with our sense of identity. Then there's the social self, which is basically who we are in other people's eyes. And the wild thing? We have as many social selves as people who know us. You're a slightly different version of yourself with your parents, your friends, your boss. That's normal. But when you live only for those versions, constantly trying to be who everyone else expects, you start losing touch with who you really are. And that brings us to the deepest layer, the spiritual self. This is your inner core, your values, beliefs, emotions, what truly matters to you when no one's watching. It's the part that looks for meaning, that asks, what do I actually care about? Now here's the thing. When we ignore this part and focus only on the material or social layers, something inside us goes off balance. We feel disconnected, fake, because deep down, we know a part of us is being left behind. And you know what makes it even harder? That non-stop voice in your head. James called our consciousness a stream, always flowing, always changing. Thoughts come and go. Some are uplifting, others are harsh. But the problem isn't the thoughts themselves, it's how tightly we hold on to them, especially the negative ones. Ever catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, I'll never figure this out, I'm just not the right person for this? The issue is when we believe every word like it's the ultimate truth. But the truth, you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. You are the observer of the stream, not the stream itself. That one shift can change everything. Because once you realize that, you stop letting those thoughts control you. You learn to watch them, question them, and what most importantly, choose what to do next. And that leads to something powerful. Action. James was big on that. He believed who we become isn't just shaped by what we believe or think, but by what we do. You want to feel like the right person? Then ask yourself, what are you doing consistently to build that version of yourself? Not the idealized version people expect, the one aligned with your true values. We often get stuck thinking we need to be something before we do something. James flips that. He says, through doing over and over again, you create the habits that shape your character. Your identity is formed in motion. Want to be more confident? Start taking small actions that show courage, even if you're scared. Want to be more disciplined? Start with one tiny daily habit. stick with it. That repetition rewires your brain. The habit builds, and so does your sense of self. You don't find the right person. You build them, one step, one choice, one day at a time. So what is it we need to understand to finally feel like the right person? First, that you are complex. You are not just your job or your social image or your mistakes. You are all of those selves, and especially the spiritual one. The right person shows up when your actions, social and material self, line up with your inner truth, spiritual self. Second, your thoughts are not facts. They're part of the stream, and learning to observe them instead of becoming them, that's freedom. Third, you have the power to shape yourself through habits, through effort, through conscious action. The right person isn't waiting at the finish line. They're being shaped right now in each small decision you make. Being the right person isn't about checking boxes or reaching some perfect version of yourself. It's about being honest, aligned, and always growing. It's about knowing yourself more deeply and choosing who you want to become, moment by moment. So how do you start applying this today? Start by getting to know yourselves. Reflect on your material, social, and spiritual selves. Where do they feel aligned? Where do they clash? Then, spend a few minutes just watching your thoughts each day. No judgment, just awareness. See what patterns come up. Pick one tiny habit that feels aligned with your values and commit to it. Doesn't have to be big, just real. And next time that inner voice tells you you're not good enough, take a breath. Ask, is this thought true? Or just noise in the stream? Then choose one action that points you in a new direction. This whole journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress and authenticity. William James didn't give us answers. He gave us tools. Tools to build a self we can live with. One that feels real, grounded, and purposeful. Remember, the right person you're looking for? They're not out there. They're being shaped inside you right now. With every moment of self-awareness, every brave choice, every habit you stick with. Thanks for walking through this reflection with me. I hope James's ideas inspire you like they've inspired me. And if this resonated with you, share it, drop a comment, or just keep this energy going. You're already on the path, and that matters.